Okay friends, it is 10:15 and I am diving in to Project AAO for the first time. Wish me luck. Okay folks, so I spent a good chunk of time sorting out my Scrivener doc. I could not for the life of me get my project target words to work properly. I feel like I have this problem every time I start a new document. So that took some Googling and figuring out. But it is 11:35 and I wrote 1,061 words. So I completed my first scene and I'm into my second scene and that feels really good. It has been so long since I drafted something new. I think the last time I drafted was a couple thousand words in November 2023, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look. Yeah, so it's been a long time since I drafted anything, so I'm glad that it came fairly easily, but of course it's day one, so we will see how it all goes from here. Ooh, I got a friend coming to visit. Hey Spooky. Hi. Hey Spooks. She's probably the one animal you haven't seen on camera. She's a bit of a scaredy cat and has the perfect name, honestly. And she doesn't hang out very much. She's very particular in where she wants to be. So yes, that is my update for today. I am not sure what I'm doing with this vlog. If I am making it be just today, a couple days, the whole first week, I have no idea. So I don't think I have enough footage to make it just be today, so I will see you tomorrow, I guess. I hope if you are participating in a writing challenge, whether you started 1,000 Words of Summer yesterday or are starting something today, June 1st, I hope it all went well for you, and happy Pride Month, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye friends. Morning friends, it's June 2nd. It is exactly 11 o'clock. I am, oh, hi Fern. I am at my computer. I've made my Gatorade to help me meet my 100-ounce goal. I have Kate Kavanaugh's live stream up on my other screen and I'm about to get started on my words. So I didn't really update yesterday after I finished. I was just ready to move on to something else because I was freezing for some reason. It was so disgusting out yesterday. Today it is sunny, finally. I feel like we haven't seen the sun in forever and it's supposed to be like 20 degrees, which is, what is that for my American friends? Like 68. Love that for us. So I'm gonna get my words done and then we are gonna go on a little summer field trip adventure. And then this afternoon I will get to my reading and my educational apps and all the things. So let's get into it. So I am working on scene 2. I have 133 words in scene 2 from yesterday and I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I finished scene 2. I'm at 645 words, so good progress. Watching Kate, and I'm gonna move on to scene 3. Let's do this. I still need to replace my pads now that I have my new keyboard. My desk does not purposely mismatch this badly. Okay friends, I am done for the day. I wrote 1,323 words, go me, and it is 11:55, so in 55 minutes. And now it is time for lunch and to head off on an adventure for the day. So maybe I will check in with you later. Hi friends, I'm back. I'm hoping you can't hear my super loud air conditioning in the background. I did just turn it down, but it hasn't gone off yet. I am back. It is Friday, June 6th. I filmed June 1st and June 2nd. I think June 2nd only had just footage of me writing. I don't know that I filmed the rest of my day, but I'm here to give you a quick little recap. It's been a week. I was doing really well at the beginning of the week. I was meeting all my goals. Writing 1,000 words, reading for an hour, doing my educational apps, getting outside, drinking 100 ounces of water. I was smashing it. And then yesterday, I don't know what happened. Like, the week has been busy, but yesterday wasn't. I just was not. I took my ADHD meds at the wrong time. I took them like almost 2 hours late. And I think that sort of threw off my entire rhythm and routine and energy and mental capacity. And like, I just wanted to potato yesterday. You know, I was home. I could have done the writing and I just didn't. I kept getting trapped in these other like wormholes of focus, doing other things. So I didn't write yesterday. Thankfully, I was already 1,100 and something words ahead of my word goal for the week. So 1,000 words a day obviously is 7,000 words for the week. I was already at 5,100 and something after writing on Wednesday. So I took yesterday off and I am not behind, which is amazing. Love that for me. So although I kind of failed at the challenge and didn't hit my goals yesterday necessarily, I also probably didn't drink my 100 ounces yesterday. I also didn't read for an hour. So I did not reach all my goals yesterday. I guess technically this challenge is a fail. However, the actual writing portion, which is the important part, is not a fail because I am still at the word count that I'm supposed to be at. So cool, I guess. Obviously I'm gonna keep going. I need to draft this novel. So today is Friday. It's 11 o'clock, so a little later than I normally sit down, but I have the whole day to myself. My kids are gone for the whole day and a sleepover with their grandparents, and I have the whole day to myself, the whole house to myself. And then when Jesse gets home, we're gonna go for a date night. I got tickets to see the 25th anniversary showing of Dogma at our local cinema, so super excited about that. I did also want to show you that I did finally do my desk, because every clip I filmed of me writing, like of my keyboard, I was like, oh my god, this looks so bad. I just kept blanking on ordering the new wrist rest, so let me show you. That was the keyboard that I rewarded myself with on pub day, with its like fun rainbow backlights. And then these are the wrist rests that I got. So they are rainbow, but it's very pastel. Came with a little coaster too. And then I got this white leather desk pad because these don't have the actual mouse pad attached to them. And that'll just protect the desk, which is good because I already got Sharpie on it once and had to scrub like crazy to try and get it off. Yeah, so I was hoping these were gonna be more rainbowy. They looked a little darker, more pigmented in the photo, but they do actually match this bottom row of keys really perfectly, like this space bar. They're exactly the same colors as the space bar. So yeah, that's cute. I feel better now about filming myself typing. And yes, so I will catch back up with you when I have figured out what I'm doing with my life today and have started writing. My friends, I feel like I have lived an entire lifetime since I talked to you like maybe getting close to 3 hours ago. I don't know. I'm changed. I went to the store, I had to try clothes on, I had lunch. Now I'm setting up my Wix payment processor to my phone so that now I can sell books anywhere and accept tap and credit cards and debit cards and all the things. Apple Pay, all of it. So that's fun. I just ordered it yesterday at like, I don't know, maybe like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that. And it was here this morning at like 9 a.m. That is some serious fast processing and overnight shipping. Super impressed with Wix, so shout out to them. I don't need it right this minute, but I had been waiting and thinking about it and debating, and I figured both in our old town and where we live now, there are so many like street festivals, artisan markets, like so many things where I could be selling my books if I wanted to. So I figured I might as well just order it and then I have it. And if one of those things comes up, then I'm already ready to go. So I also need to work on making some signage and stuff like that in Canva, just so that I am ready to go when one of those pops up and I decide to do it. So I am now going to the local bookstore because they emailed me yesterday afternoon and said that my books had finally arrived and I can go sign them. So that is super exciting. I am looking forward to going and talking to them. I do shop there, of course, but there's never been a need for me to like introduce myself or anything like that. And their website specifically said, don't come to the store and try and pitch your books, like send us an email with all the info. So that's what I did. So I need to go and introduce myself and sign my books, and yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be the first indie bookstore, local bookstore that I'm in. So that's very cool. I will also be in one or two where we used to live until September. So they don't have my books yet that I know of. I am gonna go stop in tomorrow when we go for Pride and see if they do have them, and then I can sign them as well. So that's what I'm doing. Connecting my card reader. It's just updating right now. And then as soon as that is done, I'm gonna head off to the bookstore. And is writing happening today? I don't know. I am hoping I can go to the bookstore and sign my books and not get distracted and come home and write. By the time I get home, it's probably gonna be 3. And at that point in the day, my ADHD meds are like starting to wear off. Like I need to do the writing first thing in the morning or it's kind of a lost cause. And I fear I have passed that point in time, but I'm worried if I don't write today and then tomorrow we're at Pride all day, that means Sunday I'm having to write 3,000 words, and that is like, that's a no-go for me. So hopefully I can get some words in when I get home at least, and you know, make things easier on myself, but we will see. That's the update. I'll see you in a while. Okay, I'm gonna lean because I don't want to build the tower I normally sit you on. So I'm home from the local bookstore. They were fabulous. Both the owners were there and another employee. Super nice, super stoked that I came in to sign the books. The books, however, the covers are not right. I could literally scream. They are the new file because they don't have the black accidental rectangle on the back that the last iteration did. But I think they just messed up the printing because all the whites are like baby pink. So let me show you on this one. This is not the most recent file. This is the first file. So this file's a little blurry. Like this is my first proof copy from April. This file's a little blurry and it's not the right size and centered and stuff. But if you take a look, this is very obviously pink and this is very obviously white. And this is very obviously white, and all of this is like a whitish silver kind of color. And yeah, obviously they're pink or maybe some red or something like bled into where the white was going. Like, I don't even know how that happens. I am not an expert on printing, but I am so mad. I'm so mad. It's not a good first impression. When you're already an indie author trying to prove yourself and then to have your books show up and not look right, it is not a good first impression. And they were so sweet about it. They were like, oh yeah, like that's the problem with print media, you know, sometimes it just doesn't come out right, and you know, really understanding. And I'm tired of being understanding. I'm so glad that everyone is giving me the benefit of the doubt and, you know, telling me these things are not a big deal and not to worry about it and whatever. I appreciate that so much. But I'm so tired of giving Ingram Spark the benefit of the doubt. And I am so tired of having to email them and email them and email them. And then the one time I did the phone call, and that was a great experience. But I did find out things later that I feel like maybe that person didn't give me 100% the right answer. So do I even trust the phone customer service now? I don't know. But those books don't look good. They had 3 on the shelf. They don't look good. I know there were other books that were ordered, and I am worried that those other books, which I don't know where those other ones have gone to. I think some are in the indie store in my last town. So I'm gonna have to go look at them tomorrow if they have them in. But it's so frustrating. And the guys did say, like, you know, if you hadn't pointed it out, I wouldn't have known, kind of thing, which is all well and good. But this fray in the jeans was like baby pink. So as much as you could say that maybe the pill was supposed to be pinkish up here, or maybe this writing was supposed to have a tint of pink, A fray in denim that is like true blue denim, the fray would not be baby pink. It would be white, stark white. So it's super frustrating and there's nothing I can do about it. This is the nature of indie publishing. And if they were the books that I had received, I could just go on the website and submit pictures and request a reprint, but they're not, so I can't. And the Ingram Spark employees apparently can't see where the orders are going to, so I don't know that I can even get them to reship books there to the store. And I am waiting on an order of 12 books, which almost all of them are accounted for, and I'm gonna have to place another order, which is amazing. I'm so grateful, don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful. I had a bunch of pre-orders come in after I placed that order. So I keep ordering 5 for our family and then I keep selling them. So that's amazing. But I'm now worried that those books that I've been waiting weeks for, because I guess it's busy season and they don't have enough printers, obviously, I'm worried they're gonna show up and have the same issue. And at least if those ones show up with that issue, I can request a reprint. But I have people who pre-ordered books from me because I was already out of stock a week and a half to maybe even 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure. So I can't make them wait. Like, this order has taken over 2 weeks, I think. And they haven't even shipped it yet. So I can't be making people wait all through next week and then what, another 2, 3, 4 weeks for them to send me new copies. Like, oh, it's just so maddening. Indie publishing has become so popular that their company is overwhelmed with business and they need more printers and they need more employees and they need better online systems and they need to get their shit together, essentially, because this is not okay. They are affecting people's livelihood with this. Luckily, this issue wasn't the worst of the worst, and as the guy said, like, if I hadn't pointed it out, they wouldn't have noticed, but that doesn't make it okay. And maybe next time the issue will be something worse. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so frustrated, so frustrated. How is it that it took me 4.5 years to write, revise, shelve, revise, shelve, revise, finally get around to publishing this book, and the 6 months that I have been working on the logistics of actually publishing the book has been the most frustrating part of the process. 6 months compared to 4.5 years that I spent working on this book. It's, yeah. Needless to say, I'm annoyed. And I'm sure some people will say, well, just use Amazon then. I cannot. I want my book to be in indie bookstores. They will not order in Amazon books. I want my book to be in the libraries so it is free and accessible for any teen who wants to read it, and they can only order through Ingram. And I don't want my author legacy tied to Amazon. And I feel like right now I have most of my eggs in one basket, which is not ideal. And I will do things differently next time, but I can't just ditch Ingram, unfortunately. I would love to give Draft to Digital a try and see how they do, because the process of getting my ebook on Fable and Everand was unreal. It literally was like a 5-minute process and they were up the next day. But man, I'm frustrated and I'm kind of at my wit's end with it, honestly. I'm really hoping that my order shows up early next week and they all look fine and I can ship out those pre-orders and get the other ones out where they need to go. And then if I have enough, I will try and go swap the ones at Take Cover and see if I can get a refund through the system. I have reached out to Ingram, but again, it's gonna be days before I hear back. So yeah, I just gotta cross my fingers that mine come in okay and I could go swap the ones at the indie store and then I could try and return mine. Unfortunately, they're already signed, so they may not let me return them, but maybe they'll give me a credit on my account or just reprint me some books or something. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I have not written. It's 20 after 3. Jesse will be home in just over 2 hours, and then we're headed off like right away to the movies. So I don't know that writing is happening, especially now that I am so annoyed. But let me show you what I bought at the bookstore. I'll do a little book haul to end this video on a happier note. For my youngest, it's the third Batcat. He just got the second one recently, and I didn't even know there was a third one out yet. So got that for him. He loves those. I got this one for my middle, The Night Librarian, but I am absolutely gonna read this one first. This is by Christopher Lincoln, and the art is so cute. Absolutely love it. And of course the story sounds amazing. And then my middle is also really into horses. He loves horseback riding. He hangs out at a barn every other week. He doesn't get to ride the horses there, unfortunately, but he does love horses. The problem I have finding stuff for him is that so much of the horse related stuff is marketed for girls. The main characters are always girls. The side characters are always girls. It's all girly stuff. I'm like, where are the books for like the little farmer boys, the little cowboys, the little rough and tumble, like horseback riding boys? And he also only really reads graphic novels, so that narrows it down even more. Anyway, I did find 2 horse-related graphic novels there. Is he gonna love them? I don't know. This is called Creaky Acres by Callista Brill and Nyla Magruder. Sorry, that's probably wrong. This looks super cute. This is like middle grade. And the art is super cute in this one as well. I'm hoping he'll like this. It does definitely look like it's mostly female characters, but there definitely is a little bit more diversity in here. Towards the end, there's definitely some boys. So hopefully he'll like that. And then I got this one, which is Ride On by Faith Erin Hicks. So this is about horses too. This I think is probably more on that borderline of like middle grade YA. The kids look like they're maybe late preteens, early teens. But this one definitely has more diversity in terms of characters. There are some characters in here who look like maybe they're queer, non-binary, somewhere along those lines. There's a character looks to be a boy. So anyway, you know that we're a queer, gender fluid kind of household. I don't care if the main characters are girls, but he sometimes does. Like, we want to read books where we see ourselves, right? Representation matters. And in this case, boy or non-binary, trans, whatever representation is missing from this niche subject in books, in my opinion. If you have suggestions, please leave them down below, and hopefully he likes those. And the other 2 I got, they sounded good to me, so I got them so that I can read them, and then I'm sure my middle will read them as well. So I have The Firelight Apprentice by Bree Paulson. That sounds cute. Again, really nice art. And then Ash's Cabin by Jen Wang, which sounds so great. The only thing it says is, a lot has changed since I last wrote. Being around all these people living their blissfully ignorant lives makes me ready to leave society for good. Once I find the cabin, I intend to stay there forever. That's all it says. From New York Times bestselling author and illustrator Jen Wang comes a singularly affecting story about self-discovery, surviving in the wild, and the choice to live when it feels like you have no place in the world. So this sounds amazing. And again, beautiful art. Like, they all have beautiful art. I have very specific tastes with my graphic novel art, but these are all really, really cool looking. So that was my book haul and my rant, and not anymore writing. I apologize, but I think that's gonna be where I sign off for this vlog. I probably have too much footage now from all my ranting. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing, and I'm gonna get on with my day. I need to eat something and drink some water, and maybe I can get my reading done for the day at least if I don't get anything else done. Anyways, thanks for being here with me. If you got to the end of the video, please leave a rainbow emoji for Pride Month. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.